Hey y'all, welcome back to Salon Talk. I'm gonna try to do a salon talk once a week. It might not be possible, but when something interesting go on in the salon, let's talk about it. And what I want to talk about today, and y'all, I might look down because I do have just a few notes, is who's in your circle? Who's in your circle? Y'all, my circle is so small. It is so small. You know what? I started to send out flyers asking for a friend. I did a couple of years ago, and I'd have thought about doing it once or twice to print up some flyers and say, I'm looking for a friend. But then I realized, the Lord put people in your life, what they say, for a reason, for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. And y'all, when I say my circle is small, my circle is small. I can really say I have one best friends that we've been friends, oh Lord, for a long time. We met when we was 12 years old in junior high. And I'm turning 61 this year, and she turning 62. I always tell her she a year older than me, but she really just about 6 months. But anyway, what I want to talk about in your circles. Now I have some associates, and not that circle is small too. That circle is small. And I have another high school young lady friend that I went to school with. We was real close, but over the years we done drifted apart. Not because we done fell out or anything. It's just our life. These last 2 years or a year and a half, maybe the last 2 years, took a different direction. She started working at night, and then I started working at the nursing home. So we just really haven't been able to get together. We might talk now 3 times, maybe 4 times a year if we bless. If we bless 3 to 4 times a year. Then I have another classmate that I went to school. Haven't seen her in years. And I might talk to her once a year, but I still consider her a classmate. I still consider her a friend. But I wouldn't say them two is in my circle. My best friend. Her name is Phyllis. Y'all will hear me talk about her. Y'all probably see her a lot on this channel. She's in my circle. But like I said, my circle is small. Right now, I'm single. So it's not a man in my circle outside of my son and my son-in-law. But as far as a mate or a husband, I'm thanking the Lord in advance. Thank you, Lord, because I know he's coming. He just never made it yet. He haven't found me, but he gonna find me. Praise the Lord, he gonna find me. But anyway, I'm good until he find me. But I wanted to know, in your circle, is there people in your circle you can trust? People that you can depend on? People you can draw from, knowledge, understanding, patience, things that you see in them that you can draw and you see that you want it in you. I'm not talking about material things or things like that. No, I'm talking about trust, honesty, respect, all them things. You know, you have to stop. And I'm just processing this, y'all. So if I stop and meditate for a minute or process something, you know what? Just bear with me. So it's like you'll have people thinking they there for you and they there with you and hey, I'm there for you and this here and that there. But you know what? These last couple of years showed me that's not so. When I went through the hurricane last year, I had some things to happen and people will say, and I got so frustrated. Because, people are saying, well, oh, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Uh, you know, if you need me, let me know, and all that kind of stuff. I ain't want to hear that. I did not want to hear that. I wanted to hear, hey, I'm headed to your house. I got this for you. Hey, I picked that up for you. Hey, I'm finna come over and do this. Hey, I know you without lights for 6 days. I'm finna pick you up, come to my house. Hey, I sit and babysit your generators because that's one of the things I didn't realize and still don't know if you can leave a generator going and you leave. So I was like stuck in the house because I had to regas the generators and stuff, and I didn't want to just leave them running because that was my first time. Actually, my first time going through a hurricane, not having a husband or a man friend or someone like that to help me through, the things that you have to go through. Because I'm old school, and I just feel like it's just some things a woman's supposed to do and some things a man's supposed to do. That's just the way I feel, y'all. That's just the way I feel. And I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. But anyway, I was like, if anybody called me again and say, oh, if you need anything, let me know. Or if you need any help. You know that old line that everybody say. No, I wanted somebody to call and say, hey, I got this. Hey, I got that. What's your cell number? What's your this here? Whatever. That's what I wanted. I wanted somebody to just come in and step in and say, hey, I got you. Here go. And it could have been the smallest thing. It could have been, I got a case of water for you. Let me get this water. I got a case of Gatorade, Powerade, anything. I got a loaf of bread. I got a rotisserie chicken. Just show up and bring it. Hey, I called to see if you at home. I'm on my way. I'm gonna bring it. Hey, do you need somebody to help you get up the leaves? I'm on my way. Here I come. That's what I was looking for. And that's what I'm saying about your circle. You know, who in your circle? Who can you really depend on? Because and I said, I'm talking about a hurricane from last year, but to me, a hurricane come in more forms than just rain and water. A hurricane can be a death. A hurricane can be a loss of a job. A hurricane can be a sickness. A hurricane can be a lot of things. It can be losing your house. It could just be a whole lot of things. And you really need to know who is in your circle. And the sad thing about it, you really don't find out until it happened. Then you realize who's there for you and who's not there for you. So I want you to ask yourself, like, who in my circle? And you know what? And I put it like this. We was talking in the salon about, somebody family was having a wedding, who they gonna invite and who they not gonna invite and things like that. And I made the statement like, if I had to do it again, it would be so small. We probably can do it in my kitchen or in my den. If I had to get married again, at this age, or when, I'll put it like that. Let me change that around. Not if or whatever. When I do it again, it won't be a whole lot of people there. If I can't depend on you when I'm sick and down, now this is how I see it. Like I said, it's my way. It might not be your way. You don't have to see it the way I see it. But I'm like one of these, okay, y'all. Sometimes I ain't lose my train of thought, but I'm just trying to say the right words. Because like I said, I'm new at this YouTube game, and you're going to get it my way. Which definitely might not be the right way you would do it, but it's my way. But I just told them, I said, you know what? I would not invite people like I did before. If you're not close to me and you're not somebody I see on a regular basis, and it don't have to be a daily basis or a monthly basis. It can be I see you twice a year because we live in different states and different cities. But we talk, we keep a connection, we got a bond. Or, like I say, somebody I can depend on, somebody that I know that got my back, and I'm gonna have their back. Because one thing I do not ask for what I can't give. I can, if you need me, I'm gonna be there. And like I said, I have been in the past, been one of them persons that call where you know my number. If you need me, give me a call. Just give me a call and let me know I'll be there. But now I'm at the point, I want you to show up. I want you to come there. I don't want to have to call you if I need you. Now, I can understand if you don't know that I'm going through something, or a person don't know that another person going through something. You can't blame them if they don't call you. You can't, hold that against them. But if a person know and you don't put it out there, and I don't say like, hey, the hurricane came, or oh, I had surgery and I almost down, and then you didn't show up with a dinner, a breakfast, a bottle of water, some kind of care pack. It don't have to care package. It don't have to be, like I said, don't have to be nothing big, nothing fancy. Just showing that, hey, I love you and I'm there. It can be a $5. It could be $5 in a card and say, hey, have lunch on me. Or it can be a chicken McNugget dinner from McDonald's. That show a person that you there for them. So that's what I'm really trying to say. I want y'all to think about who in y'all circle, who is really in y'all circle, who do you want to extend yourself to? Because at one time I was emptying my cup, I was just drawn into other people's, pouring. That's what I mean, pouring into other people's, constantly pouring, constantly pouring. And then I was getting depleted because I wasn't having nobody pouring into me. And you know what? This is a new year. This is 2025. And you learn when you learn. You learn when you learn. Some people get it early and some people get it late. But my circle now is real small. It's real small. I still have a kind heart and I still do. Even though my circle is small, I tend to do for people because I have a kind heart. I don't mind doing, I don't mind giving if I can help. If I can give, I can. And if I know you're in a situation and we close and you in my circle, you ain't gonna have to ask me. Now, if you're not in my circle, and you can be a family, you can be a sister, a brother, a cousin, a aunt, a client, but that don't mean you in my circle. That don't mean you in my circle. So I ain't gonna just show up, but I will reach out and say, you know, reach out and make sure you're okay. But it ain't like I'm gonna show up. So it's different than having people that you care for, or people you like, or people you know, than having people that's just really in your circle. And let me go back on that. Let me erase that. Now let me say, you can have people you love, but not necessarily in your circle. Did you hear what I said? You can have a person you love, but that person is not in your circle. It's sort of sad when I think about it, and I had to learn some things over the last couple of years. And the reason I say that, because it is people that I truly love. I truly love them with all my heart, but they not in my circle. That might be hard to understand unless you going through it or you in it or you have a situation like that. Because like I said, I have people I love that's not in my circle. So I won't jump as quick to go beyond the call of duty, but I will go and help. But the ones that's in my circle, I would go beyond the call of duty. I would be there. And it's very few that's in my circle that I can say that I would do that for. And the ones I say I would do that for because I know they would be there for me without a shadow of doubt. If they can do it, they will. So that was one of the things we was talking about in the salon. Who in your circle, who's there for you. And it made me stop and think, even though, hey y'all, I already knew the answer to that. But it still made me stop and think. And I was like, okay, that can be a topic for my salon talk. Y'all, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. So I'm still learning the ins and outs about YouTube. I still don't understand everything, but each time I do a little bit more, I learn a little bit more. And it's a process. It'll take me a while because I'm doing this, like I said, strictly just for fun. I'm doing it because I am single and I believe pretty soon I'm going to be, my son going to be gone. He's 25. He always lived at home, but he's ready. He's itching. He's getting me ready to say, hey, mom, I'm going to be gone. And I heard this lady on YouTube said this was one of the things that helped her when she retired and all the kids was off the house. And I think her grandkids was teenagers and she's had a lot of time on her own. She said her YouTube family, it gave her out. So when she wanted to talk, she talked. Because she said, just imagine staying in the house the whole week or the whole weekend, not talking to nobody. Now I ain't gonna say a whole week and maybe not a whole weekend, but I think I done had a day where maybe I didn't talk on the phone or didn't see anybody because it was slow. I didn't have nobody to do in the salon or something like that. And then, I'll just say it's hard. You have to find something, and then I will get on YouTube. Like I said, I watch it 80% of the time. Netflix, maybe 20% of the time. Well, let me say, take that back. Maybe YouTube 75% of the time, Netflix 20% of the time, and 5% of the time I watch the news because you have to realize what's going on out here. So y'all, I don't know if this helped anybody, but if it didn't do nothing but kill some time, that's a good thing. Because sometimes when I watch YouTube, that's all it do. It kills some time, be entertaining. And then sometimes I really get some knowledge when I watch it. But like I said, I'm doing this mostly, I want my grandkids to have something to look back and say, Oh, I remember Granny when she did that. Oh, I remember this because you know what? I will pay anything if I can go get a video of my mom or my dad to hear their voice, to see how they move, to see how they react. Man, so I thought if nothing more but leaving something for my grandkids and doing some to kill the time when I don't have anything to do. But I also, like I said, I want to see my growth because I'm finding me. I'm on a journey to finding me. Yes, I am. I'm in the 60 club and I'm still finding me. Yes, that's what I said. I'm still finding me, y'all. But anyway, y'all, like I always say, be blessed and choose to be happy. It's a choice. Choose to be happy. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications. I always hear people say share. If you want to share, share. But hit the notifications so y'all will know every time I get on here. And I want to see how far I go. I don't know how long, but I'll be able to look back and say, girl, you did it. 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 Y'all, I've been saying I'm going to do this for the last probably 3 years. Because believe it or not, before 3 years ago, I never got on YouTube. I never knew what YouTube really was about until about three, maybe not even quite three, going into the third year now when I realized what YouTube was about. And y'all, the first person I think I really watched on YouTube was Lady Bling. Lady Bling from Memphis. I love watching her show. I love it, even though we from golly, a big generation, because I think generation gap, she in her 30s and I'm in my 60s. But you can learn from everybody. Her show was the first one that I watched because she did a video that related to me. I ain't gonna say which one it was though, but hey, I enjoyed it. And then I watched YouTube for a while, and then I was like, that might be something I want to do. I wouldn't mind. And then I was thinking, because my goal, y'all, if the Lord say the same, I want to be able to retire at 62. I want to be able to retire early. I still got a little while to go before I get there. But that's my goal, and if the Lord say the same, that's what I want to do. So I feel like this is just getting me practice until that retirement day come, and then I can be a full-time YouTuber. But right now, I'm a beginner. Just beginning. I haven't even did it a month. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. And that's all now here in Salon Talk.